When the world leaves you no solid ground left to stand on, then rely on your hope. That's what we pioneers say. We set out to find the lost tribes we once called friends, neighbors, and family, in order to build our home together. And to have a good time, of course. We find out what the mysterious fog has in store for us. Our people must be out there somewhere. Side by side, we face the dangers that lie in wait for us, whatever their shape or form. Because we are here to settle down, to grow together, and to turn Pagonia into a magnificent home for all of us. Take up the tools, pioneers. There's still so much to do.
Welcome back to another afternoon of streaming sessions for IndieX 2024. And now we're going to have a game that I actually found out about it in late 2023 when it got released in December, and I've been following it ever since. And I was really, really happy when the studio Envision Entertainment submitted it for IndieX, and I'm even more happy because it made it to our 50 finalist slots from across almost 700 submissions. So it's a great pleasure to invite Katharina from Envision Entertainment to talk to us while we play Pioneers of Pagonia. Katharina, welcome.
Hello, I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you for having me.
And how did it go this 11 months already? Almost 11 months of early access release for Pioneers of Pagonia. I know it's been massively and positively reviewed by everyone. How are you guys in the studio feeling about this?
Oh, it's been a wild ride. We are feeling very great at the moment, but also so busy because, yeah, first of all, early access release in December 2023. Yeah, it was really overwhelming how positive the community was, and yeah, how well received the game was. And then it didn't stop there. We published three major updates this year and also some quality of life updates. And yeah, we have the fourth big content update just in the pipeline. So we kept ourselves really busy.
And I know this is for me. It's I've been talking about it as a mandatory game for all city builder or base building games. And I guess that anyone that is actually a fan of the genre already knows about Pioneers of Pagonia. But in the really, really off chance that this isn't completely true, let's dive into Pioneers of Pagonia while we talk about, well, the development process and the expectations. So let's go.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna start a new game because I think it's easier for everyone for us to just play it through. And now we have two possibilities. We have a peaceful map and a guidance map with enemies. Uh, yeah, I don't know if we're already. No, I think on stream we're still. I don't know if this game is showing already. Oh, really? Why? Give me just 1 second. Technical issues now on my side. Give me just 1 second. And are we there now? Yes. So now, sorry. So we have two options. Actually, we have three of several options. One is to have guidance maps, one another predefined maps, and a last one customized new maps. So maybe I would suggest, since guidance maps have more or less the tutorial for the game, we have a more peaceful one without combat and another one with combat. But I think even for the rhythm of having this conversation, it will be easier to have the peaceful guidance maps. So let's go. So, Katharina, how many people are developing the game since it was a prototype until now?
So at the moment, we are, I think, around 22 people in our team, and we always been around this kind of number. And yeah, a small indie game studio based in Germany, and been great fun so far.
Did you showcase at Gamescom this year? You did, didn't you?
Oh yes, we did. We did attend Gamescom last year, and also this year we were part of the Indie Arena booth, which is always a great pleasure.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to meet the players in real life and see their faces, talk to them, and see their reactions on our game. It was really a really good time.
I think I didn't have the chance to meet you guys there. I was also obviously I spent a good chunk of my time at Indie Arena booth, and I was happy for being part of the jury panel this year. And yeah, Pioneers of Pagonia. I noticed from walking around that pavilion town that lots of people stopped by and tried it and spoke with you. How was the experience of finding all those hundreds of thousands of players checking your game?
Oh, it was really an overwhelming but very positive experience. Especially last year, we had like a little premiere at Gamescom. We've never shown gameplay before, and we haven't even released a demo yet. But we showcased for the very first time at Gamescom with Pioneers of Pagonia, and we had really long queues. People were so excited to see the game, to try it for the first time. Also, they gave us tons of feedback. So that's always really important to us to see what the players have to say, what kind of improvements they think will be a good fit for the game, and also if it's fun or not, or what would make it even more fun. So we're always like in a constant feedback circle with our community.
Something funny regarding the mechanically the game. So there are several, let's call it schools or ways of thinking city builders, and in this case, uh, it's impossible to notice that you at the studio, you all must be fans of Settlers because you're following the city builder with road connection kind of approach. Um, was that a conscious thing, or deciding this is the way we want to build our own vision for city builders? It's uh, having influence from Settlers, for example.
Well, we're not only fans, so to speak, of the Settler series. It's because our creative director, Volker Wertig, is the original creator of the Settlers. So, of course,
Okay, that
of course, Pioneers of
how did I
Pagonia.
miss this one? Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, well, it's totally fine. I mean, of course, it has the DNA of Settlers in some kind of way, but still, we really want to make Pioneers of Pagonia a game of its own with new ideas and also, like a new system. And but people who love to play the Settlers, they will certainly also enjoy Pioneers of Pagonia.
I have to tell this, and I hate talking ill about other games, but I'm personally a huge fan of Settlers, and that's why I'm kind of embarrassed for not actually. Okay, now I understand why I love Pioneers of Pagonia so much, because last year uh, there was a new Settlers iteration after 14 years, and I hated it. No, and then I found Pioneers of Pagonia, and it filled like the space, all my wish to play a really good game with this city building approach, more relaxing way with mechanics based on Settlers. And I remember close to Christmas to commenting with some friends, like, why is an indie game doing uh, what I expected from Settlers, way better than actual Settlers. So this is please take this as the best compliment possible, because you fulfilled that hole that I had to play a game with this quality and this approach. So thank you and congratulations to all the team.
Thank you so much for the compliment. I also hope that we really provide a game experience that makes people happy and that makes people kind of, yeah, be a little bit nostalgic at some point, but also are willing to explore some of the new ideas and the new features we have in store.
Yeah, something really impressive now that you told us that you have 22 people working on this. It's the quality level is simply amazing. Obviously the studio is surrounded by really talented people, because 22 people achieving this kind of mechanical depth and mechanical quality and cohesion, and at the same time this amazing art direction that the game has. Yeah, it's yeah, bigger
Thank you
studios
so much.
should look at, I'm always saying this, bigger studios should always look at how indie studios actually can optimize their talent. And obviously you're one of these examples. So yeah, 22 people building this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I will definitely pass this on to the entire team. Also, a massive shout out to our art director, Tim. Yeah, I think the whole team is doing an amazing job. And it's also such a joy to work there. I myself, I'm not really involved in like art creation or assets or coding. I'm the community and social media manager, which is just such a fun job because I get to take all that great stuff our team is doing and yeah, spread it to the world, tell everyone about it, and show everyone what's new and what our game is all about. Yeah.
And I believe a game like this, a complex game that obviously has been really well received by the community, um, has a lot to gain with a strong community and a community that is involved with the development process, especially for a game that is in early access phase. How involved is the community actually, and how close is the development team listening to its feedback and dialoguing about what kind of changes or improvements or additions Pioneers of Pagonia could incorporate from that kind of feedback?
Oh, I would say we are working very closely with our community. I mean, it started way back at Gamescom, where we had a few closed alpha and closed beta tests, where we picked some very first playtesters to get a very early feedback. And after early access was released, I mean, early access itself is kind of a choice to get early feedback. Um, we have plenty of beta tests for our players, so everyone who already owns the game automatically can take part in the beta tests. We actually have a new beta test coming very
Okay.
soon. So everyone who owns the game or maybe decides to get the game after the stream, I think in this week we will launch another beta test for our upcoming update. So if you want to be like one of the first people to test out all the new features, and I think it's one of the biggest updates we had yet. I mean, we always say it, but this is really a big one. It's the longest patch notes I ever had to edit. Really, it's lots of great stuff is coming. So yeah, we definitely always check the feedback. There are various channels where community can reach us. We have a Discord server where everyone is welcome to share their feedback and ideas. Also, all of our team members are very active on there, so you can directly reach them. You can also directly reach Volker if you like to at sometimes if you have time.
No, I certainly won't. Actually, let's try to schedule this already. I would like to
Yes.
do a special podcast interview with him, talking about his career now, his new adventure with the Pioneers of Pagonia. So let's talk afterwards. And can you help me set this up?
Oh yes, definitely. Yes.
Thank
I
you.
think he will be up for this. I mean, we are so interested in also like the to connect more with our international players. I mean, as you can imagine, the game is quite well known in Germany
Yeah.
already, or maybe in Europe, so to speak. But we are always so happy to yeah, reach more of our international players, and yeah, a podcast would be a great idea.
Yeah, because I obviously I'm a fan of city builders, but do you think, or do you have this idea, or internally do you have this analysis? Is this a genre that the majority of their consumers, of its consumers, are Europeans, mainly Central Europeans? I believe Germany must be the biggest audience for city builders, but Europe surpasses all other markets in terms of consumers for city builders.
Mm, I don't know if I can speak for all the city builders. For us, it's definitely mixed. I mean, as I just said, Germany has the biggest part of
Hmm.
our players and our audience. Also, Europe in general is quite strong. So we have lots of Polish players, for example. Also, some of the Netherlands and France. But and yeah, Portugal, obviously. Hopefully, even more after this stream. But we also have American players, but we really want to dive more into the yeah, into the American market as well.
Hmm.
We also showcase our game at PAX this year, so we've been to PAX East and PAX West, and it was such a joy because we had like this fresh new experience that people who never heard of Volker before, who never heard of Chinese or Pagonia before, coming to our booth and really loving the game, loving the art style, being very hyped about it. And this is just such a proof of concept, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can always think like, okay, we have this background, like people in Germany know us, people who love the settlers, know us and like to play the game, but coming fresh to a new country where nobody knows you and then people loving your game is just the best experience ever. So, and really shows us that we are on the right track.
I also noticed that you're not only developing but you're self-publishing. Was that an idea that the team had since the early beginning to also be in charge of self-publishing?
I think so, yes. Well, this is probably something our CEO, Dirk, can tell you more about it, about all the earlier decisions. But I just know that it was a very aware decision to do it like this time, to get really close to the community, to get this very early feedback, and to have lots of yeah, lots of decisions in our hands, basically. I mean, it was also a little bit scary because it's the first time we ever self-published. And yeah, like lots of things coming to you, like Steam store page management and yeah, being really in charge of everything. But this also made this experience very unique and so much fun, and really yeah, it's really up to us how we plan the journey forward. And we always take the community into account. But still, because you also asked before how much do they influence our decisions? I would definitely say they influence, but we also have a strong vision for the game ourselves, and we always like weighing it out. Uh, can we still make the game we always wanted to make, and make considerate decisions about what the community wants, and try to bring them in harmony together? Yeah.
I was zooming in because it's something that always fascinates me playing Pioneers of Pagonia. And by the way, I think our audience just noticed that I'm more or less playing, and it's not autopilot, but obviously I'm so used to the genre. I've played Pioneers of Pagonia quite a bit already that um, yeah, you can play, especially in this more relaxed mode, and have a conversation like we were having. But I was zooming in for everyone to notice how amazingly beautiful the details on the game are, because you can see all the people individually walking and working in um, different buildings and building those buildings and gathering resources. And it's, well, the attention to detail is simply fascinating. Um, so How many artists do you know more or less how many artists are not working actively in the game?
To count now, I don't have the number in my head. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't forget people. And of course we have some interns coming and going, also helping out. And we also do some outsourcing, so not entirely done without. But yeah, as you zoomed in earlier, what I really think is so special about our game is what we call the what you see is what you get principle. So you really see every commodity you have in the top bar, which can be for some maybe new
Overwhelming.
players overwhelming, but
Yeah.
we also tackled this in a quality of life update that you can have different default options to have it much slimmer at some point,
Yeah.
or to even just block it out completely and focus on the gameplay, because every commodity is visualized in the game. So it was very important to us that the player always understands what is going on in the game without having to look at some table of contents or something. So every transport of commodities, every work cycle, like every task basically, or every order you give is visualized in the game world. Yeah. And I think this is really where the magic happens. I mean, you start out your village and you expand and you build even more buildings and you get more and more options in the game, the more resources you'll find. And what we really wanted to achieve is what we call in German the Wuselfaktor, which means the hustling and bustling around of thousands of units. So I think at the moment, the maximum amount of Pagonians you can have is 3,000.
Whoa.
And it's all happening at the same time. It's like this huge anthill experience, like
Yeah.
just very satisfying to watch. And this is what we also wanted to achieve with the game, that it's like a relaxing, cozy experience, that you don't have to micromanage every little step, and can just watch them do their tasks and yeah, have a nice, cozy, relaxing game session.
But I think that's an interesting aspect of Pioneers of Pagonia is to give the possibility to players, even depending on the daily mood, what kind of experience they will have on a day. Because obviously, we can have this more relaxed and cozy experience where there are no enemies. We're just building and creating and um, growing our little society. But if we're into getting a greater challenge, we can go for a enemy filled map with combat and having to think about it. Was that a discussion you had internally to that this game could answer to different kinds of audiences or even different daily moods that players could have?
Oh yes, it's definitely for a variety of players. I mean, let alone the option that you can choose whether you want to play with or without enemies. We also have the customizable maps, so you can really choose: do I want an easy map? Do I want it more difficult, more forest area, or less, maybe a little bit more rocky terrain types, so it's harder to build your settlement. Really strong enemies, so you really have to be very considerate about your decisions from a very early point. Or you just want to have this cozy, relaxing experience where you just build and it doesn't really matter so much where you place your buildings. I mean, and we also have I always call them like the hardcore strategy players. I don't know if you can be too strategic at some point, but we definitely have some lovely people from our community who like try to battle themselves how quick they can finish a map or how effective they can be while finishing a map. And we definitely want to tap into this. I mean, it's never supposed to be like a competitive game,
Yeah.
but we want to tap more into this like challenge map territory at some point if you get the time. And really, we have more and more options to create maps for our community that are really different and have like a fun twist or something. For example, Halloween was just 1 week ago, and we published a special Halloween map for our community, just with some little Halloweeny decorations, or some jack-o'-lanterns, and yeah, some more spooky enemies, for example. Yeah, and something like this could happen more often in the future if we get the time.
So the game got released in early access in December the 13th, if I recall, 2023. But when did the actual development started? How far before that did the Pioneers of Pagonia started to be fleshed out?
Yeah, I think if you count in the prototype, then it's 2 years before that. So we are almost developing the game for 3 years now, and we really came so far. I did a little post the other day where I showed like the very first steps of Pioneers of Pagonia, and yeah, I think we really did some major steps since then, and really yeah, polished and improved the game so much. So I think the team can really be proud of what we have achieved in this short amount of time.
Another interesting thing regarding Pioneers of Pagonia that we noticed, for example, now you were saying that the game is now technically supporting around how many thousand people you're saying?
It's you mean in game? So it's 3,000, I guess.
3,000.
There's
Okay.
also some records on our Discord channel. I think maybe some people achieved a little bit more. Yeah, depends.
Okay, because now if we can check, I actually have. So you were talking about, obviously it's a less micromanagey game, and you can notice this for the amount of population you have, and exactly that anthill feeling you were saying. You notice this. It just simply looks alive. Is You build thing and people just start coming and start filling these positions, and that's really interesting how you can focus on a bigger picture. And well, now my population is 420. Yeah, and it's not gonna grow because yeah, I kind of got distracted and we don't have food for for our population. But it's interesting how you can look at this in a higher scale than what I'm used to in this these types of games, you know. Mainly only the sheer number of population that I now have, only, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes in, and just playing slowly and in a relaxed way, my population already grew a bit, which means that for everyone that has played Pioneers of Pagonia for quite a while, when we get bigger settlements, it's really visually impressive looking at all those hundreds of people, or in some cases thousands of people, walking around, because it simply looks alive, isn't it? Like we're building a virtual diorama of a peaceful society.
Yes, yeah, it definitely looks great, and I think also you can choose what size of map you want to play, and this really dictates how long a session will be. And at this point, yeah, a session can last from like 2 to 3 hours to even maybe 8 or 9 hours, depending what size of map you're choosing and what difficulty you're choosing. So it's really, yeah, has a great replayability and invites people, yeah, just to have a nice little session that they continue after work or something like that. And I think that's really satisfying because um, all the maps are procedurally generated. As I mentioned earlier, you also have lots of options to customize the map yourself. But we also do offer predefined maps and some scenarios we already prepared for you. And also with the upcoming update, we are including like a tutorial map because we noticed that a lot of players who are new to the genre, they are really loving the art style and like this cozy playing experience. But for some people who never played a city builder before, it can be quite overwhelming at first, that you have a lot of options at first. I mean, you still have the objectives and the game basically telling you what to do. But we really think that with the new tutorial map, we can yeah, really help new players to get going with the game.
Yeah, because obviously for someone routine with city builders, you just feel at home with Pioneers of Pagonia because the game is talking to you in a language that you're every single aspect you're used to it. You're adjusting to it. Its innovations and its specific ideas. But obviously, for someone that, yeah, do you think this, or are you trying to make this game also a good gateway for people that never played the city builder and having this as a entry point for the genre? Do you want to position Pioneers of Pagonia like that?
Um, I mean, why not? I think we tend to a wide audience because it is definitely suitable for beginners. If someone would ask me, "Oh, would you recommend Pioneers of Pagonia?" If I've never played a city builder before, I would definitely say yes. Just try it out, and you see how easy it is because you don't have any, well, easy in the beginning. You don't have any catastrophes coming to you. You don't have any like wind or weather conditions yet in the game.
Oh, yet,
Um,
yet. That
yeah,
was the
yet.
secret, the
I
secret
know,
word.
I know lots of our community, they have lots of ideas and wishes, but yeah, this is something we're not currently planning on or we're not currently working on, so I can defy the expectations there. But still, you can start easily and you get easily into the game, and I think even with the tutorial map, yeah, it gets much more accessible to a wide variety of players. And still, all the people who love city builders, who are very well known in the genre and just, yeah, know their way around, they still will find a challenge in the game, depending what kind of maps you create and what difficulty level you're playing on.
So we saw it on the main menu that we also have uh, customize your map kind of approach. Is your idea to with the involvement of the community to having people starting to share their own creations and their own challenges with each other?
Oh, this would be so lovely. I mean, we already have on our Discord a little channel where people can share their map IDs. So every time you create a map ID is created at the same time, and you can share them with friends. You can also start playing with your friends. I think this is also a feature not so many city builders have,
Yeah, yeah.
that we released very early this year a shared co-op multiplayer. You can play one faction together with up to three friends, so 4 players in total. Yeah, and you can really share your creations. And I think it's safe to say that we really want to tap into this feature more and that we want to explore it more because I think there are lots of possibilities to work together with the community.
And you were saying that maybe catastrophes or natural conditions might be added in the future. But another relaxing aspect of Pioneers of Pagonia is the fact that you, or at least in this map, you don't feel the pressure of, for example, population leaving. You can slowly structure and design your settlement around the geography you have. So you can also have this more cozy rhythm to a playthrough, for example.
Oh, yes, because you don't have to make your Pagonians happy. I mean, they're always happy to do their work to fulfill your orders. It's always sunny in Pagonia. The only thing we added to get more of a different look to it. It doesn't have any functionality yet in the game, but you can switch the light settings.
Hmm.
If you press Control and L, you can switch through the different settings we have just to give it a
Oh,
different mood.
nice.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and so they basically work tirelessly all day long. But if you want to increase your population, which you have to do at some point,
Yeah.
as as you have seen earlier, you need to take care of food.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I'm
there
still
are
still
many
a lot of that.
ways to gather food or food commodities in Pagonia. You can gather or you can forage mushrooms or raspberries. You can also place a hunter that will hunt the nearby animals. Also, we added the fisherman hut early this year, so we also have fish in Pagonia in the sea and also in lakes. And they will, and also you can place, of course, the farm building, the crop farm and the vegetable farm, and everything you gather, hunt, or grow in Pagonia will be brought to the marketplace. So the marketplace is like one of the earliest buildings you need to build, including the tavern, because the cooks, they will prepare all the different meals in the tavern to feed your Pagonians. And they also feed your workers, which will increase their efficiency and their productivity. So when a carrier or carrier unit is fed and happy and has housing, you also need to build houses for your Pagonians. They go back to their houses and make new Pagonian babies, which will then sooner or later increase your population.
We don't have. Do we have aging and death? Or, how
Uh,
is life and death cycle being
we
implemented?
don't have aging otherwise than the you
Growing
don't
up
see the
adults.
babies, right? They're just
Yeah.
in their house and they then spawn as a new unit. But of course, your military units, they can die by
Mhm.
combat. So this is also like a whole other production and economy chain that you have to build weapons, armor, to recruit your military units. And also you have lots of different options there. And every enemy you encounter in Pagonia has the counter player unit that has like a bonus in combat to fight them. So it gets very detailed and very intricate there. And also, what I wanted to mention earlier, we are in this medieval setting, but it's also little bit fantastical, fairy tale like. So we do have magic and mysterious creatures in Pagonia. This is also a huge difference to the Settlers series. And we introduced werewolves very early on in the game, in the development. And they have the ability to bite your Pagonians and turn them into werewolves themselves. So they can be a really challenging and tricky enemy. We also have specters, which are like ghost-like creatures. But you also find your regular bandit or thief who can raid your village and steal your commodities. So they can be quite annoying sometimes. And in the upcoming update, at the end of November, we add everything that's magical to Pagonia. So you have magical units, and also you have the gem mine, which helps you to produce magical weapons. And we also have a very new enemy faction called the Malthorn, the cursed ones that will corrupt the nature of Pagonia and with their portals, and will summon more and more enemies that will come in waves to your settlement. So if you want the challenge and if you decide to play with enemies, there is a lot of challenges are coming for you.
And there's already so much content on Pioneers of Pagonia because even I think our audience can see this because I've just been clicking and building according to, well, from what I was feeling I needed to expand my settlement. But there's already so many types of buildings, so many resources, and I'm really happy in terms of quality of life. There are several things that I think are really great for a city builder and for a city builder fan. The first thing is the fact that you can easily see how many buildings of that type you already built on your settlement, which is something I can't remember seeing this, but noticing in other games. It happened to everyone that played city builders. When you don't have this kind of information, you spend some resources building something, and then you notice, oh, I already built one. Now I have to and I just wasted some resources and some time doing this. The other thing is with the crops. We have a really high quality of life aspect with the snapping. When we're building, we're able to snap into roads, for example, or into this kind of grid. But I was trying this here. Crops are individual. That meant that I could actually adapt to the geography, and I created these crops that are not um, orthogonally placed as the others. Yeah, so many things in terms of quality of life that distinguishes Pioneers of Pagonia from other city builders. It's really an impressive game in the genre. I think it will be the staple for this kind of approach for city builders. So yeah, really impressed. I've been impressed for a few months, still am, and really looking forward for the next updates, Katharina.
Thank you so much. This is so great. Yeah, we're really happy that yeah, it resonates with you and also the audience of the stream. And yeah, I think there's still some more great things to come, and we really focus on making it the best game we can.
And in terms of roadmap, I think obviously the team has an idea when will be the finishing point for Pioneers of Pagonia's development. Is this information more or less public, or can you at least tell us a general window of how many years or how many months are we still going to have of updates until we have the final release?
It's really a tricky question because there are so many factors that depending on it, how long production will be and what kind of features we are working on next. So all I can say is that we are planning to share a little outlook on what we are planning for the next couple of months or the first couple of months of 2025. And we will share this outlook in December with the community. So it's all work in progress at the moment. And unfortunately, there is nothing I can share with you yet.
Okay. And I'm just playing here with the light modes. Eventually, will we have this naturally placed in the game? Like the hours will pass by, and we're gonna see this light effects happening.
This is such a good idea, right? I read a lot of feedback about this from the community already, and yeah, it's a cool idea to have like this circle just going naturally without you having to change it. It's definitely an idea for the future, more for like a quality of life update, I guess. So I cannot promise anything yet if it will ever be in the game, but yeah, it's definitely a topic on our list, and we've been talking about this as well.
So many good ideas, so little time to.
Oh yes, oh yes. Tell me about it. There's so many good ideas. Yeah, you really have to focus and see what has priority and yeah, what is the best for the game.
Katharina, unfortunately, we're getting close to the end of our streaming session, and it's so good that you can actually have a city builder like this. That if you just want to relax, you can create a new map and just enjoy, listen to music or listen to the in-game music, which is really great. And we haven't been showcasing it because we were talking and we had to lower the volume. But the sound is really relaxing. The music is really relaxing. But at the same time, if you want to just listen to your own music and relax after a work day and spend some time with Pagonians, you can do it. Or if you'd really like the challenge, add some enemies or go to a map with enemies, with factions, with combat. We can also do it. I think it's so versatile, this game, and so complex, and at the same time so approachable. That's why I'm saying I truly believe the Pioneers of Pagonia, and I've been saying this for a few months to other friends in the industry, will for sure be the staple for city builders with this, let's call it the settler like mentality. So yeah, yeah, we have we here in the chat saying, so this is the settlers but in good. Yeah, I told you so a few months ago. I believe so. So yeah, whoever is feeling orphan with the new settlers, please follow this URL that you have on the chat. Go play Pioneers of Pagonia. Add it to the cart. Uh, I think tomorrow the game will be part of our IndieX Steam sale. So check it out. The game, like you saw, has lots and lots of content already. And if you're a fan of this, it's a mandatory game. Just buy it. Period. We have lots of updates in the future, like Katharina was telling us. What can we say more, Katharina? Thank you
Yes,
for this hour. Really, it was really good, relaxing session with this really beautiful and intricate city builder. Congratulations to all the team, and thank you for being with us.
thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to be here. Everyone who is interested in Pioneers of Pagonia, just keep your eyes peeled. At the end of November, we are releasing our next big content update, and the beta test is going live this week. So if you would like to join, hang out in our Discord or look at our Steam page and find more information there. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and please congratulate the team on our behalf for achieving this level of quality. And I will talk to you after the streaming session to schedule in the near future an interview,
Yes.
like we said. Thanks a lot, Katharina, for staying with us. And for everyone that is watching, we're going to return in 6 minutes with Project Vesperi. So please stay tuned. And in the meantime, follow the URL and go wishlist and or buy Pioneers of Pagonia. Okay? Thanks a lot and talk to you later.
When the world leaves you no solid ground left to stand on, then rely on your hope. That's what we pioneers say. We set out to find the lost tribes we once called friends